All right, we are looking like we are live, everybody. And I wanted to go ahead and get started with, all right, we got the price myth today, okay? So my name is Brandon Northwick, and I wanted to go into the price myth and why it's almost never the price. There's so many people out there right now that are in business for themselves that honestly think that the price is the biggest reason why they're not getting the sales that they need or why they're not getting the sales that they want. Now, I'm going to go into a little bit about myself very briefly, but by the end of this presentation, by the end of this webinar, you will have everything that you need to be able to overcome price objection and know that you never have to be worried about that price again, okay? So what you're getting today is going to be clarity on how to overcome price objection, okay? You're also going to get the end answer in, is lowering your price going to bring in more sales? Because you'd be surprised at how many folks actually believe that if I'm not getting the sales that I want, then all I got to do is lower my price. Well, how many times have you been basically walking through someplace and realized that just wasn't the case? So I'm going to go into detail about this in just a little bit. And also the ultimate reason why your buyers won't buy it from you, there's these unspoken thoughts that are going through your buyers' minds every single time they get introduced to an offer, whether it be from you or anybody else out there. So what do we do to overcome the thoughts inside their head that are preventing them from making the purchase from you? We're going to go into detail about that. And how to get your buyers confident that your products will solve their problems. If there's no confidence behind what you're doing, behind their actions, so if they're not confident that you're going to be the solution to their problem, they will not purchase from you, and they will give you every excuse in the book. And the number one reason what people use as an excuse is the price. And also, you're going to learn when to move your prospects up in packages instead of down and why that's important. So why is this whole webinar, right? Why is this entire webinar completely and utterly made for you? Why is it important for you to get this information? Well, to be honest, with this kind of information, you can honestly walk up to or talk to anybody knowing that price is never an issue. When price is no longer an issue, you'll make more sales, create longer client retention, and make more referrals. And to be quite honest, you'll uncover the real reasons why your buyers are hesitant to buy, which leads to a much higher lifetime value per customer. Also, you're going to learn that there are people out there right now that are willing to pay a premium for a premium service. So you, by that statement alone, you have to be able to take into your mind that there are people out there right now that have no problem purchasing that premium product, that premium price. Think about country clubs, okay? That's just the broadest example, but think about country clubs. There's people out there every day that want that exclusive, whether it be mentor, product, service, whatever it is, they want that exclusive premium stuff because it not only makes them feel better that they're getting, what they pay for, but they're also going to be able to use that as kind of like a boost around their friends and their peers, right? So if I show up in a Lamborghini, right, I'm going to end up getting the oohs and the ahs that maybe make me feel a little bit better about myself. But if I show up in a Pinto, I'm going to possibly feel the ridicule and people going, oh, wow, what did this guy do? He must not make enough money. He might be, hurting a little bit, right? And so the same thing with your clients and your prospects. You don't want to lower your price. All that's doing is getting them into the Pinto. You want to get them into the Lambo, right? And by the end of this, you're going to see exactly how you could drive off exactly doing that. And if you do all this, okay, by the end of this presentation, you will have more ammo in your arsenal when closing people into your business. So why would you want to listen to me? Well, my business or my experience as a business coach and advisor has led me to working with clients in so many different industries, okay? And I'm going to share with you a lot about what I've learned tonight. I'm constantly learning new ways to grow other people's businesses. I've worked with everyone from baby boomers to newbies who are just starting out their 20s. And believe me, all of these strategies work for every single age demographic across the spectrum. And I've been known to have a very unique way to get exposure to my clients in almost every niche, okay? And I've grown my business from absolutely nothing to now being able to live free and in full control of my schedule and my time. Now, enough about me, okay? This is not about me. Let's get this started, okay? Well, how do you overcome price objection? Well, this has got to be the number one excuse, okay? And we're going to get into this in a minute between what is the difference between an objection and a complaint. But this is the number one excuse that is really a complaint, okay? There's no real objection here. Now let's go through the actual overcoming of this price objection, okay? So the number one thing that we want to do, and if you're new to sales, this might come shocking to you. If you're some kind of a veteran or you have any kind of history in business, then you're going to see that this is, okay, I can see this. Now what's the next step? So the first thing that we want to do is understand that, or we want to agree with them. Okay, so we would say something like, oh, I understand the price is high, sir, or ma'am. Okay, there's so many different ways that we can word this. Okay, so just use this as a template. We don't really want to go verbatim with this, but you can if you want. Believe me, I've used this exactly the way that I'm going to share with you today, and it has worked over and over again. So the first thing that we want to do is agree with them. I understand the price is, I understand that the price is high, sir, or ma'am, right? And then the second thing to do is to say the close. So let's go through this as a real example. If I'm talking to you right now, and you've now given me the objection saying that price is just too much, Brandon. Like I can't see myself doing this. Price is just too much. Well, I would agree with you. And I'd say, you know what? I agree with you. I understand the price is high. And most of my clients say the same thing at first, but then they get the results and they thank me for not ever giving up on them. So what do you say we lock you in for your first session? You see what I mean? You're just stepping over that. There is no real objection, because what's going to happen a lot of the time is they're going to make this excuse, but when you come back with a close that is really geared towards the value behind what you're offering, then you're going to be able to get them to feel the conviction behind your product, which will in turn allow them to feel more comfortable purchasing from you. So what we want to do is agree with them. Number two, say the close. Okay, and this close is just one of over 100 that I end up teaching my clients who work with me throughout the year. And so, as you can see, it's very seamless. There's no pressure. Okay, we're not berating them or coming through over the top. Okay, what we're just doing is we're going to agree with them, then we're going to say the close. Now, number three is listen to them. Okay, so if they still have doubt, you can say something like, "Oh, I understand, sir. I hear you." And you know, my question is the price too high? Is price too high, period? Or is it too high for what you're getting today? This will let you know that this will let them know that you have other options. Then you can let them know something like this, where it says, it sounds like you might actually be interested in X, Y, Z. So something like, if you are selling, let's say, info products, right? And you have a couple of bonuses, or scratch the bonuses, okay? Say you have a couple of info products that you're selling right now, and you are looking for a way to get them to see that you have another package available, right? You have more than one package. So you might say something like that, like, well, it sounds like, let's start from the number three, right? So if they still have doubt, I hear you, sir. So my question is the price too high, period? Or is it too high for what you're getting today? Now they might say one of the two things, which is, you know what, it's just, the price is just too high, period. I do not see the value in what you're giving me. Or they're gonna say, it's just too high for me today. You know what, it's out of budget. You know, I could probably get this in a month or two. And then that's when you can come back, either one of those, okay? Either one of those answers that they give you. You can come back and you can say, well, it sounds, you know what, I get that. And I would hate for you to overexhaust yourself. So why don't we do this? It sounds like you might actually be interested in X, Y, and Z. And that, what would that do for your business if we added X, Y, and Z to the deal? Would you then be getting everything you needed? So as you can see, some people might say, this is crazy. You're telling me that after somebody just tells me that the price is too high, that you want me to move them up a package. And I'm saying yes. And it does so many things for your original offer. You have no idea yet. But believe me, before the end of this webinar, you will see exactly what you've done by asking these questions and giving them this information. By moving them up a package, okay, you're gonna see in the next couple slides exactly why that's so important. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to move them up in packages. So number four is going to be to upsell them on the next package. By moving them up rather than down, you're going to get them thinking in terms of value. So you never want to lower your price. When you lower your price, you are taking away perceived value. And people are actually going to start to think that you don't have the right product for them. Okay, people will feel that when you start to say, hey, okay, well, you know what? It's $1,000 to start today. And then you hear them say something along the lines of, that's just too expensive. And then you just automatically drop the price. So what about 500? And then you drop it and go, well, you know, 500 is a little much. Well, what about 250? Well, what about 97? Well, what are you gonna, you know, how much money do you have to join today? Like, do you see how desperate that sounds? That's a miserable way to build your business. Believe me, we don't want to lower your price. You end up working a lot harder than you need to. So that's what I was gonna say. You make yourself work twice as hard and you attract bargain shoppers. That's such a headache. You're gonna end up filling your pipeline up with people who are gonna ask for refunds and who are gonna, you know, wanna barter with you and say, you know, I want to save 10 bucks on my next week, or I've already had, 6 months of your training. I think I deserve a 7th month free. Like, that's how you're going to be doing this. Or I've already bought 4 products from you. I want this one half off. Like, you're going to get these people, right? Because you're lowering your price. You're showing them that you are willing to negotiate your value, okay, for their service. When it should never happen like that. They should be able to come on board, okay? And of course, this is in a perfect world, or messing and dealing with only your dream clients. And when you are in that space where you're only hiring and working with your dream clients, you never have to worry about the headache. You never have to worry about the bargain shoppers, and you never have to worry about working twice as hard. And another reason why you don't want to lower your price is because it makes it difficult to scale up. I mean, imagine having a price point of, $250 where you make $250 on everything that you're selling. Well, what happens when you drop that price down to, say, $97, right? So you drop it over 50%. Well, when you're trying to scale that up now, what happens? You have to spend twice as much in ad costs, or you have to get twice as much traffic to make up for that discount. That is not smart business. So price is not the issue. Think about the man, okay? This is a great explanation, okay? Wonderful story right here. So I want you to close your eyes real quick and think about the man that walks into the bakery for his wife's birthday. He hears the cake is going to cost him X amount, let's say $500, right? So he hears the cake is going to cost him $500, and he says, that's just too much, okay? So the man walks into the bakery, tells the baker, your price for your cake is way too high. Now, is he saying that's too much for me? Or is he saying that's too much for what you're offering me? We have to distinguish between the two. You also have to realize that he's probably thinking, do I really like this cake? Or even a better question, would she really like this cake? And if you move him down as the baker, if you move him down a product and you say, well, I have this cheaper cake over here, he's going to think, okay, he, meaning the customer now, is going to think that you do not care about the celebration. No one can sit there and say that you care about the situation when you're sitting here saying, here, I got something cheaper for you. Here, this might work, it might not, but it's cheaper, and I know that you're more interested in price than anything else right now, because that is not the case, and you'll see why in just one second. When you move them up a level, however, you get to say this. Every woman deserves the best, and there is no shortage in money around the world, but there is a shortage in people who have found true love. You should be grateful that you could spend your life with someone so special. Now, when would you like this cake delivered? That is so much different, right, than saying, here's this cheap cake over here. No, let's say forget that. Let's say that the $500 cake, you're sitting here saying that's too much. Okay, well, what about the cake don't you like, sir? Well, honestly, I don't know if she's gonna like it. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I don't know if the guests are gonna like the way it tastes. Okay, well, let's go over here. And then he's gonna say, well, this cake is $1,000. The last one you showed me was $500. I told you I wasn't sure about that one. And then that's when you could say, I understand that, but that cake is mediocre. That cake is mediocre. The love that you have for your woman is extravagant, and every woman deserves the best. And there's no shortage in money from around the world, but there is a shortage in people who have found true love. Now, you should be grateful that you could just spend your life with someone so special. Now, when would you like me to deliver this cake, right? Boom. Price is still not the issue. Because imagine, you want to exhaust your inventory, not your price. So as you're moving people up and down the ladder of inventory, you want to start moving them up first before you move them down. Because if you move them down, you're going to actually run out of things before you ever showed them what maybe they were interested in the first place. Plus, you're going to lose every time you do, and then you'll be out of business. When dealing with buyers, you must realize that if they see that they can't live without what you got, you've got them every single time. If they're completely sold, then money is not the issue. Why won't your buyers buy from you? Okay, so now we're on to the second topic. Why won't your buyers buy from you? Well, the buyers are thinking these unspoken thoughts the moment they're presented with your offer. Not only your offer, but anybody's offer. This is universal. Now, these are the top 9 questions that people are asking themselves inside their head. And so for us being business owners, we've got to address this prior to them actually asking, because if we can demonstrate that we're thinking like them and we're solving the problem before they ever ask, they're gonna look at us. It's gonna build trust. It's gonna build rapport, and then they're gonna be more open to saying, okay, this guy, he's with me. He understands me. What do I need to do? Okay, let me ask him this question. Let me ask him this. The more questions they ask, the more in tune you are with those answers, the higher price ticket you can get them sold on if it's exactly what they want. So we're not trying to just sell people on high ticket items for the heck of it. No, we want to demonstrate value. So the more value that you can give, the higher your price. And so address these unspoken thoughts. Number one, is this the right product? Is there a better product out there for me? Will this solve my problems? Well, this is my favorite. What will others think of me if I do this? Is this something I'll use and really enjoy? Will these people really enjoy or really service me? Do I know enough yet about this person or product to make a decision today? Am I better off with my money than with the product? And will this be a mistake? Those are all questions that every single one of your buyers are asking themselves the moment that they're introduced to your offer. And so what we want to do is, knowing is half the battle, okay? We have to know. We have to know those questions. We have to. And when you know the advantage, when you know this, you're going to have the advantage of going into a meeting with a prospect knowing that these questions will be inside their mind, and you can act accordingly. If you reduce your price, you still haven't answered these questions, have you? Okay, so don't worry about the price. These unspoken thoughts are going to happen if you have a $20 item or a $2,000 item or a $200,000 item, product or service, whatever it is that you're selling right now. So how do we turn our buyers into confident buyers? Well, when you touch on all the topics that are inside their head without them ever asking you, you will build confidence in your buyers. You're going to gain trust, which will equate to more confident buyers. They'll think that you're inside their head and they won't be able to have any objections, which is going to lead to confident buyers. And confident buyers are going to pay more for the right solution. Imagine if you knew for a fact, okay, and this is where I want to get serious real quick. Imagine if you knew for a fact that the person who was offering whatever it was to you, if you honestly believed that they were going to deliver the way that they said, if they were going to help you, and it was going to get you to the goal that you wanted. So in the case of the cake, if that gentleman who came in looking to buy that cake for his wife looked at that baker and just felt, after what had been demonstrated and what was sold and the information that was exchanged, and that customer felt that that baker was going to deliver 100%, and that, you know what, I'm so confident that this cake is going to taste delicious, that it's going to show up on time, that my wife is going to love it, I don't care about the price then, because I will pay for the right solution. And this is the way the market is, okay? Now, let's get into the objection versus complaint, because we get so many folks that are going to sit there and say, I get this objection all the time. I always get this objection. And I'm going to explain this to you in this slide, that it's not an objection. It's strictly a complaint. Most salespeople are taught that price is an objection when really it's just a complaint. Think about how many times you've said, yes, you watching this right now on this webinar, how many times have you said, this is just too much. This is just too much. I can't, no, this is just too much. And then you still bought it anyway. How many times have you done that? If you've done it at least once, you're human, okay? This is what happens. We all do this. We go into whether it be to buy a car. I know for a fact that's probably the worst thing that I've done. I go in to buy a car and I'll tell myself, look, I'm sticking at $25,000, $35,000, whatever it is that I'm looking to buy a car at, right? And next thing you know, I'm in there looking at things that are 45, 55, 65, because it catches your attention. You start to make justifications, and you start to see how it makes you feel, and you start to see the perceived value, and then you start to add up all these things to make it work, because I feel that that's the right solution for me. If I went through with it. I mean, I'm not a big flashy kind of car guy. I'm not. So I don't really go with it, but I do love the way it feels. There are times where I've gone into car places, gone into 7-Elevens, I've gone into everywhere around anywhere I go pretty much. And you have these opportunities where you're going to see things that are just quote unquote too much money, and you're going to buy it anyway. And so that's another kind of close. I'll give you this one real quick. It's another close, is to be able to say that, you know, when somebody says the price is too high, you have to say this with confidence though. Okay. This is a bonus. You have to say this with confidence. You could say, honestly, sir, or ma'am, you know, this isn't the first time that you bought something that was overpriced, and it definitely won't be the last. So all I need is your permission to send this invoice over, and we'll get you started next week. Like, that's a great close right there. So we want to understand that we can say that, because price is a complaint. It is not an objection, okay? We have to remember that. Now, the price close. I know this is expensive, sir, but let's be honest. This isn't the first time you spent more than you'd like to, and it certainly won't be the last. Let's get you started today, right? I still need your permission to go ahead and send this invoice, or go ahead and sign here. Whatever it is that you're selling, however it is that your closing process works, it's a great way to do it. Now, there are over 100 closes that you're going to need to learn in order to master the art of the close. This is not This is a science, okay? This is a straight science. There's so many different ways that you can do this, and you want to be able to weave in and out of the different kinds of closings so that you never are left basically surprised. You're going to have people that are going to, complain about price. They're going to complain about product, complain about value. They're going to complain about, maybe you. They're going to complain about anything. But whenever it comes down to price, you should know that you did not do a good enough job. If somebody leaves that meeting and says, you know what, I can't see the price, it's just not there. That means you, as a salesman, got sold that they thought that your product was not the right solution for them. So they sold you on a no versus you selling them on a yes, okay? So your competitors, they are not worried. So why are you? Every transaction or meeting, there are two people, someone selling and someone buying. Most people think that they're the only ones doing the selling, and if they didn't make a sale, then no one ever got closed on the deal. In fact, if you didn't make the sale, that just means you got sold on the fact your product was not right for them. As you can see, someone is always selling here. Don't give in to other people's way of doing business, especially if they're broke. Everything I'm sharing with you right now, some people that you tell this information to, they're going to sit there and tell you, no, don't ever raise your price, lower your price. Don't ever go up in inventory, move them down in inventory. And I'm telling you, don't listen to them if they're broke. Because if they're not making the money that you want to make, then do not pay attention to that advice. Don't pay attention to that information. Find the people around you that you can really resonate with, that have your same beliefs, the same goals, the same kind of place that you want to be. They're doing it already. And then listen to those guys, okay? So when you're new or you're growing, it can be easy to get advice that's just flat out terrible. Your job as an entrepreneur and business owner is to remain confident that your price is justified based on the value you deliver. It's based on the value you deliver. The market tells you how you are priced. The market tells you, are you overpriced? Are you underpriced? The market tells you that. Not a mentor, not a friend, not another colleague, or not a confidant. Like, no, you are looking for your market, your specific market. Now, this is the one reason why a lot of people don't make the money that they could, is because they look at other people. They look at their colleagues and they go, oh, well, this guy over here, Joe over here is making, or he's charging $200 an hour. So you know what? I'll charge $175 and go right underneath, and hopefully that'll give me some extra clients. When that's not, if I looked over at my competition and I saw, okay, well, my competition is selling their time for say $200 an hour, I'm actually going to go above that because of the fact that I know I'm better than them. I'm not better than them, not as a person. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm saying that I'm better than the business. I have a better drive. You cannot outwork me. I'm going to go ahead and deliver bigger and larger results in a faster amount of time than anybody else out there. So I am valuing myself higher than those guys. And I'm hoping that the market will too, which I've tested. And I love being able to test price points and see where things at. And when you finally fit into that groove, you will make a lot more money. You're going to find out that people will pay 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, maybe even 300% more than what they'll pay your competitor just because of who you are and how you built your brand. So when you start to mention that you raised your prices or set your prices at a certain level, you'll hear people say, that's just way too much. That's just way too much. Well, let the market tell you what's too much, okay? My first encounter with this, I was so scared to do exactly what I'm sharing with you right now. I mean, hopefully you can hear it in my voice. I'm smiling from ear to ear because I was selling my services for about, I think it was about a tenth. Yeah, a little under a tenth. I was selling my services for about a tenth of what I do now. And you can imagine the frustration that started to build up when my time was being used up and I wasn't being compensated as I had thought. So as people were growing their business, my business seemed to shrink down because as my time got less and less available, I still was charging the same price. So I was basically becoming a slave to my business versus living the freedom lifestyle. And when you're building your business, there is no freedom, okay? Brand new to business, starting out the first year, you gotta be hustling. You gotta be out there grinding, right? Well, what happens when you finally get the hang of things, okay, and your price point has been basically shitty the whole time? You've been underpricing yourself the whole time. Well, you can guarantee yourself that the new way of doing things, your epiphany that you hit at that moment, you're gonna change your price and you're gonna start to see that, oh, wow, people will actually pay me more money because of who I target now. So instead of you going after people who are looking for discount shopping and discount products, now you shift your focus to people who are looking for premium things and the people who are actually affordable, like they have the money to afford your services versus trying to persuade somebody to sell, get a second mortgage on a house so they can buy your product. That's not what we want. We want to talk to people who have the money, are interested, and know exactly what you do and what your prices are before they ever get on the phone with you. And so you'll know that when you increase your price point, you're going to hear the people say, it's not what you want to do. And my first encounter, I was just completely scared. I was completely scared. I thought I'd lose my clients and nobody would want to work with me. And that was until I made the move. Now, if you're not willing to over deliver on the value, this is where people get this whole thing screwed up, because you're not just going to improve. You're not going to just increase your price and then keep giving the same kind of value to where it's like, oh, I give this kind of stuff at X price. I'm just going to raise the price and not give anything more. That's not the way it works. You got to get smarter. You got to get better. You got to develop your products to another level. You got to add things to it. You got to make it more innovative, more entertaining. I don't know what product or service you're selling right now, but you cannot just raise the price without delivering on the value to match that price, okay? When you do take time to learn the new skills and improve in every way, people look at you as an asset with a premium service, and a premium service that they're willing to pay for it. So I jumped into this face first, okay? I was scared, but I'm the kind of dude that says, hey, look, you know what? I want to go ahead and get this. I want to go ahead and make my business work. I want to go ahead and make my business work. And I'm going to listen to the people who are making the money. I'm going to listen to the people who are doing better than I am. And so I got with my mentor, and he told me straight up, you know what? Your pricing, it's way too small. You got to go and take your pricing from $497 and move that all the way up to at least $2,500. And, without, he told me this without hesitation. He just looked at me and was like, dude, you are killing yourself and you're killing your business. The value that you provide, you can easily charge $2,500 to $6,000 for everything that you're doing right now. And people would be happy and still think that they're getting it for a steal. So I took his advice, me being a good student. I listened to what to do. And the next prospect that I met with, I was overjoyed to get my product for $24.95. Ever since then, I've been adding new skills that make my time even more valuable. And like I said, now we have products and services that range anywhere from $497 all the way up to $6,000. And this has allowed me to do this because of the new way of adding skills and the new way of becoming more valuable. So it's not about just increasing your price point, because if that happens, then yeah, people are going to tell you all the time, I don't see value in giving you that money. So if you notice, it's still the value. It's never the price. The reason why this works is because money is never the issue when you talk to the right people. Like we mentioned, think about the country club guys, right? So you always want to move them up. More of your buyers' problems will be solved with pricier solutions than lowering the prices. You can't lose the deal, okay? Always move them up in inventory. What do you have to lose? So what I'm trying to say is, if somebody tells you no, and somebody tells you just no, like I'm not going to do this, like I'm not going to do this, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose to just say, well, you know what? Hey, why don't you take a look at this next product or this next item, or let me move you up a little bit. Let me see if this is more what you're looking for. What do you have to lose? They've been saying no the whole time. So try it out on these folks, right? You'll be surprised. You'll be very surprised at how often you actually get a yes out of that. And this will, like I said, this will prove to be successful for you. You have to try it. You have to have the courage to give this a try. I promise you're going to love what the results are. I mean, I was blown away. I didn't understand it. I didn't grasp it. But when I learned it and I applied it, my business literally 10x. I told you, I was selling my time and my products and my services right now that I do right now for 1/10 of what I was doing when I first started, okay? So this is called closing with inventory. We do not want to exhaust our prices. We want to exhaust our inventory. So make sure you have a payment, a value ladder, okay, where you can get them in at, say, the standard 500, and then, hey, you know what? Let's move you up to the $1,000 package. Okay, that's not right. Well, let's move you down again, okay? The buyer would much rather pay more for the right decision than pay less for a mistake. Extra for quality, or less for less quality, right? It makes sense. People are going to pay more for the right decision, okay, and pay less, then they would much rather pay more for the right decision than pay less for a mistake. Let's be honest. So the number one reason why people hesitate is, I don't want to make another mistake. That's the number one reason why people hesitate. So we've got to address that. Now the outcome, mediocre and average salespeople think that price is the issue. When moving people up in product, you actually make the original offer look more valuable, and this allows you to substantiate the original price. So this is another thing. Remember how I told you at the beginning of this was that we were going to go through this moving them up in inventory, and we're going to show you that it's not the price, and we're also going to show you a couple other things that you're killing, basically like 3 birds with 1 stone. One of those things that we were taking care of is substantiating the original price. So in my last example, I was just using a $500 product as an example, and I was saying, okay, well, let's say that they are not happy, or yeah, they're just saying that they don't want the product. They're saying, you know what, the $500 product, it's too much for me right now. I didn't budget it, don't have this money, don't have this, don't have that. And then you go, well, you know what, sir, maybe you're actually looking for this. And then you show them this, and they go, wow, that's actually what I was looking for. Okay, well, sir, this is $997. And they go, whoa, 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 hold on. I told you I couldn't afford 500. Now you're going to show me something at 1,000? And he go, okay, sir, well, you know, we can always go back down to the $500 level, and we can make sure that we have everything that you need. And let's go through that offer again. And since you moved them up to the $997, you can actually say a couple of different closes. You know, is it the, excuse me, sir, you know, I understand you go through the same thing. I understand this is expensive, sir, but what about the product, or what about the price is really holding you back? You know, is it the monthly payment? Is it the down payment? Is it the overall cost? What is it? And now you can dig deep. So when you move them up in a product, you actually make the offer look more valuable, the original offer, okay? And mediocre and average salespeople think that price is the issue. And then they think that if the price was lower, that more people would buy. And that's just not the case for everything, okay? Look at their results, then disregard their advice. Meaning the people who are gonna sit there and tell you that you cannot or should not move people up the value ladder, you should only move people down, disregard their advice, okay? If maybe they have great results doing what, you know, something different, a different kind of approach, then pay attention and try it for your business, right? It's all about testing. It's all about testing. I know that my clients and myself right now are just destroying everything that we're doing because we're moving people up the value ladder by actually adding more value and service, right? So before we move on, okay, we have the $4 bottle of water, okay? How crazy is this? Okay, to wrap this up, I want you to think about the $4 bottle of water. How many times have you bought a $4 bottle of water when you had a drinking fountain that was accessible within, you know, 20 feet or 100 feet or something, right? Think about like the airport. You always have these people that are at the airport that are, you know, paying $8 for a bottle of water, $4 for some water. Why is that? Well, for one, they understand the value in clean water and they understand the value in not having to drink after somebody that you don't know. And they also understand the value in not having that lead-based kind of taste behind it, right? So there's so many different perks and benefits to making sure you have the right thing. Well, water, I mean, if you're really thirsty, you can go and get it for free. So why would you ever feel like water is the $1 trillion company or industry that it is? Well, it's because of the premium water. You can go out right now to your hose, you can go to a drinking fountain, it doesn't matter, it's still gonna do the same thing, but the after effects, that is where everybody focuses now. Think about the same thing for your business. People are willing to pay you extra and you can increase your price with confidence knowing that they will, right? Because of the fact of the after effect. When you're drinking clean water for 30, 40 years, you're gonna feel a lot better at the end of your life, right? Well, if you are drinking just disgusting water that's filled with lead and you have all these diseases and things that are flowing through it, you're not going to make it too far. You're not going to, it might quench your thirst for that moment, but the long-term effect, you're going to end up dying, right? You're going to end up dying a lot faster than you would like to. So what we want to do in business is think of it this the same exact way, right? How about the $6 cup of coffee? I mean, you can get a week's worth of coffee and make it at home, couldn't you? So as you can see from this demonstration, that it's never the price. So here's what I want you to do next, okay? Let's get together for a one-on-one if you want to learn how to overcome all these objections, okay? Like I mentioned, there's over 100 closing or price objections that I teach all my clients, right? And to price yourself accordingly so you can live the quality of life you desire while operating your business. Plus, get my 7 elements proven to multiplying any business year in and year out, no matter the market conditions. I know, bold promise, but you're gonna wanna get with me one-on-one so I can paint this out for you for free and let you know exactly how I'm gonna do this. And it's called the Do Whatever It Takes Academy, okay? This is what we created, me and my fiance, we created this so that we can actually help give back to a lot of the entrepreneurs and business owners that are out there that don't have the right kind of information, resources, fundamentals built into their business to really see it grow the way that they would like. So why would you choose the Do Whatever It Takes Academy, right? Well, for starters, other products, and I'm not joking about this, other products sell for $20,000 plus per month, okay? And they don't even have all the they don't have all the 7 elements to multiply revenues. They don't have the ATAO method, which is something that me and my fiance created, or the premium business model attached to anything that they're selling. So second, enrollment in the Do Whatever It Takes coaching program and academy currently sells for $6,000, and that's for 12 weeks of one-on-one and a spot in my next private mastermind, which includes all done-for-you funnels, right? All done-for-you product. My whole sales process that I use in my business, I'm gonna build that out for you, okay? I'm gonna build that out for you. Plus, you're gonna get all my tools and resources, get everything done for you along the way, start driving traffic, we get together once a week. I mean, this is an incredible package, right? And if you try to do all this on your own, you'd spend well over $40,000 and a few years of trial and error, okay? So we don't want you to go through that. We don't want you to do any of that, right? To enroll in my intensive 12-week one-on-one coaching program, you get all the funnels, all the bonuses, the done-for-you services as well. That's only $6,000. However, you can save over $1,000 today by making 2 payments of $24.95. But don't worry about that, okay? The payment will not be taken today. We're gonna handle that after your free consultation, okay? So for today only, and this is how we are gonna be able to basically record this, is I'm gonna honor this for your first session, okay? So for today only, if you wanna save big, okay, when you schedule your session below, you can get one huge discount and save over $2,000 by making a one-time payment of $39.95. That's for the next 12 weeks of my all-intensive training program and all of my done-for-you services. But like I said, don't worry. The payment is not going to be taken today. Now, with my 100% love it or you keep it free guarantee and my 30-day implementation guarantee, if at all during our first 30 days together you feel like the results are less than expected, you can just say so, okay? And we will either get you more sessions to make sure that you get the result that you wanted that was promised to you, right? Or refund your entire purchase if you were that ready to cut ties, okay? Which I'll be honest, has never happened before, okay? But should that happen, you're gonna get to keep all the information that we shared up to that point. Plus, this is a real big part of why I do what I do, because I'm really confident that I can help you for free in advance before you ever even become a client, okay? And if you feel like I ever wasted a second of your time during this complimentary session that you're gonna receive by clicking the button around this video, around this webinar, then I'm gonna send you $100 immediately after we meet. Now, that's how confident, like I said, that I can deliver on all my promises. So that's basically my reassurance to you that I'm not here to waste your time. I actually have a plan that's designed for you. And now everything that I have inside my head is going to be custom tailored to what you have as a vision. So everything that we've learned, everything that I've learned, believe me, it's not a cookie cutter operation. I'm not going to sit there and tell you, you have to do this, you have to do that. Oh, this is the only way to make this work. No, I want to be able to bring your vision, your dreams, your purpose, everything that you're in business for, and bring that to life. Okay. And do it in a way that's going to get you excited so that you could see the end result. And then you could know exactly what step you have to take for the next 90 days. So that's what we're going to be doing on the free Skype session. On the free complimentary session, we're going to build you out a 90-day game plan based on your next 12-month goals, okay? Now, worst case scenario, you earn $100 and you get a kick-ass plan to build your business with. I mean, I do this because I know if you're serious and you follow through, you will get better results than you are currently. Now, for those who do take action right now and schedule your appointment, okay, you're going to get these 3 bonuses. Now, normally the added training videos that you are going to have access to, the worksheets, the templates, access to me and my team, right? Basically from business hours, so from 8 in the morning until 8 at night Eastern time, you're going to have access to us, right? You can email us, call us. I mean, we got a team here that's ready to make your business just grow. And access to all that is for $6,000 for that package alone. That doesn't include any of the one-on-one time, okay? All that does is just access to me and my team, right? We're not doing any of the one-on-one time, okay? So all that, though, is yours today. All that is just included. All the training videos, all the worksheets, all the templates, access to me and my team on the one-on-one, right? Actually one-on-one time. So you're also gonna get access to my resources. Okay, currently I invest over $2,000 per month to learn new ways to better serve my clients. Plus I have software that I've invested into to help make your business run a lot smoother. You also have access to that as well. So think about it like this. My investments equal your gain 100% of the time, okay? Now, you also have me in your back pocket, so you can ask me questions about anything and never feel lost, ever. Considering also that I treat my once a student, always a student policy, okay? And that is pretty much priceless. So the way that that works for me is I don't sit there and say that you've got to pay me every month, month in and month out if you want my, a question answered. That's not the way I operate. So what I do is everybody who has been in my academy that after the 12 weeks, if they chose to kind of go on their own after that without hiring me on as a consultant, what I do for them is I say, hey, look, you have any questions about anything, just reach out, man. We're basically friends for life, right? All my clients, I love all my clients, I cherish. And what we do is we just have a blast building businesses. And so I want to let you know that once you become a student, once you become an academy member, you're always going to be a student of mine. And there's just that to me is just priceless. So extreme bonus number 2, access to my private mastermind on Facebook. Now, this is something that very few people are using their Facebook groups as. Now, this is valued at $97 per month, but it's going to be yours for free. There's no links, there's no spam, there's no recruiting. It's straight value, straight strategy, straight networking. Okay. It includes access to any resources shared within the mastermind as well, including the perfect avatar exercise to help you reach your target market. Now, you can also network with amazing entrepreneurs in various industries. So these folks that you're going to be meeting inside this group, they're either going to be where you are now or where you want to be, so you can ask questions to gain new ideas that can be applied to your business that day. Now, extreme bonus number 3 is automatically inviting you to the private mastermind that happens 2 times per year in a remote location. An entire weekend. Typically, it's 4 days of collaboration and advice from everyone getting results with the do whatever it takes approach. Okay, the mastermind is designed to bring massive value and massive transformations no matter how much you've ever sold or how long you've been in business. So it doesn't matter, brand new, veteran, believe me, 4 days in a private mastermind with other do whatever it takes academy members. I'm telling you, there's nothing else like it. The things that we have planned are incredible, okay? Now, why would you want to order today? Well, to be honest, the price is going to go back up to that $6,000 very soon. So the savings will disappear until the next time I feel like offering this again. Bonuses are going to go back to being sold individually after this offer expires. And this offer will expire completely. And when it's gone, folks, it is gone. So here's a recap. Okay, the Do Whatever It Takes coaching and consulting program is going to be yours. Okay, when you schedule your session today and you fall in love with the plan that I create for you, you can become a member of the Academy, which is going to get you 12 weeks with me, Brandon Northwick, is your personal mentor and coach, the done-for-you sales funnels. That means everything from targeted traffic all the way to follow-up and high-converting campaigns, plus the 7 elements to multiplying your business and bonuses and all the bonuses. So there's a couple different ways that we can do this. Now, you can do option 1, which is to enroll in my 12-week done-for-you coaching and mentorship program for the entire full payment of the $6,000, right? So that would be, no discount, right, for being here right now, okay? You can go ahead and do that. That's totally fine. The other option is option number 2, where you would actually save $1,000 by making 2 payments of $2,495. And the reason why I do that is because I really want to make it easy for you guys to get what you need and to get started fast. So you can save literally $1,000 when you schedule your session with me today and you fall in love with the plan that we create for you on that session. You become an Academy member, you can go ahead and make 2 payments and save $1,000. Or you can get one huge discount and save over $2,000 by making a one-time payment of $39.95. So you can save $1,000 or you can save $2,000. It's totally up to you. Now, here's what you get, okay? All the options include that we just mentioned, all those 3 options, all include the 7 elements required to multiply your revenues plus all the bonuses, okay? You're gonna also get the 30-day implementation guarantee. So if at all during our first 30 days you feel like I wasted any of your time or the results were less than expected, just say so and we'll get you either more sessions or refund your entire purchase. That's a promise from me to you. And plus, if you feel like I completely wasted your time, don't forget about this. This is something that nobody is doing, okay? Nobody's doing this because of the fact that they're probably not as confident or whatever the reason is. But I can guarantee you that you are either going to love what I create for you, or I'm going to send you $100 immediately after. And that's how confident I am that I can deliver on my promises. So worst case scenario, you get $100 and you get a kick-ass plan to build your business with. And I do this because I know if you're serious and you follow through, you will get better results than you are currently. So because of how much time I dedicate to each of my students and clients, I can only ethically offer a limited number of spots. Now, this number is 18 to be exact. That's not fluff. There's no scarcity tactic. I only choose to work with 18 people, 18 close clients, one-on-one. And right now, there are only 7 spots available as you're watching this. So this is not enough for an investment on your part either. So when you click the button below, it has nothing to do with you making a payment or putting in any credit card information or anything like that. It's just basically you saying, hey, look, I want to learn more about how you can help me grow my business, and let me get in front of you to get this free plan, okay? That's really all it's about. So we'll get together before you make your investment, and then we'll enroll you to a program. We'll do that on the Skype session, okay? And so heads up, all my potential clients are required to qualify through the form that you're gonna see below this video. Now, if you don't have the form, then email me. If it's not around, it should be around here. I'm gonna check in just a second. So the qualification process is required for only two reasons, okay? Number one is to ensure that the people I work with are a solid fit. And number two, so I can build your trust by delivering on all of my stated promises, okay? I know it can be difficult to make a purchase when you don't really know me from Adam, and that's exactly why I wanna help you build that map for free. Upon completion of your free session, only if you absolutely love the plan that was created will we enroll you into the package of your choice and schedule your first one-on-one. Now, who is this for? If you're up to this point, you're thinking, man, this is great. I get all this. I get the done for you services. I get the 12 weeks of branded one-on-one. I get the private mastermind, and I get all this for under $4,000? Wow. Well, that's great, but this is also for a certain group of people. So pay attention. This is for you if you're already building an email list, okay? You have to have at least a list of 1,000 subscribers in your mailing list or a website that's generating at least 5,000 unique visitors per month. You also have to have an advertising budget of at least $1,000 so that we can scale what's working, test new ideas, and really bring your business to life. Okay, so I've been getting really good in Facebook advertising and really crushing it, okay? So we've actually been able to get over a 400% return on our investments. And so basically that means that you're getting about $4 back for every dollar you put into advertising. Now, this is not a guarantee that's what you're gonna get back. This is just an average about what we're doing right now. And I'm telling you, without that advertising budget, it's gonna be difficult for you to go ahead and make that big splash. Now, you can make it happen without an advertising budget, okay? You can make it happen without an advertising budget, but it takes so much time. So you've got to ask yourself, do you wanna build it with your time or do you wanna build it with your budget, okay? You've got to figure that out. And we can also go through a little bit of that together on the Skype session. And so this is for you if you feel like you want to get clear on your goals and you want a step-by-step strategy that's custom to your needs. This is also for you if you have a transformational product and you just need help getting it out into the world. It's also for you if you already have a business in place where you're actively selling and you must be 100% committed to 10xing the revenues. So if you're thinking, oh, I want to 10x my stuff. I'm making 100 grand a year. I want to make $1 million a year. I'm making 50 grand a year. I want to make 500 grand a year. Let's build that plan out for you. Now, who this is not for. This is not for you if you're currently someone who's okay with where your business is at. It's not for you if you have no interest in paid advertisement. This is not for you if you're looking for one of those get rich quick, I got a week to make some stuff happen, and if not, I'm out. It's not for you. It's not that type of business model. And this is not for you if you do not truly care about helping others, helping your clients, helping your customers. If you don't truly care about them, this is not for you. So hey, I'm gonna say right now, I appreciate you for being here and I'm glad you watched this presentation up until this point, but this is not for you. So act now and you're gonna receive the special bonus or the bonuses and the special pricing. Like I mentioned, the price is gonna go back up to $6,000 for the 12-week one-on-one coaching, the entire sales funnel, the dynamic follow-up sequences, which is built for you, the Facebook ads training, and so much more. Branding strategies, mindset tactics. We have so many things that we go over in our 12 weeks. And then the savings will disappear until the next time I feel like offering a special discount again. That's important for you to really dig deep into that. It's not coming back again. Bonuses are gonna be sold individually, which means that $6,000 savings is gone, and this offer is going to expire completely, and when it's gone, it is gone. So here's what you want to do next. Click the button below or wherever it's at right now, to the side or wherever, and fill out the form and choose the best time to meet that works for you. We'll get on a 60 to 90 minute Skype session to make sure that we're a good fit for each other, along with helping you price yourself right. I'll map out your entire marketing strategy tailored fit to your goals and start to create your dynamic follow-up sequence for you as well, all in front of you during that free Skype session. Then you're gonna have a choice to make. Either deploy all the strategies yourself, which does happen sometimes, or we deploy them together. which is what usually does happen. I'm going to be honest though, okay? Either way, whatever your decision, I'm just honored that you're here and that you invested the time to learn about the price myth. Now click the button below and fill out the form to schedule the best time that works for you. And I'm going to see you soon. Now, I want to go ahead and bring up, there we go. And I wanted to see if there's any questions right here that from anybody about, whether it be the pricing, whether it be the, anything that I went over in this webinar, okay? I'd love to be able to hear your questions. I'm going to keep on here for just a little bit longer and kind of go through a little bit about what I was able to do with you guys. And if there's no, there should be the offer. I'm going to actually, I think it should be coming up with, I don't see it, but the form should be here. So while I'm waiting for everybody to get their stuff together, I see some people kind of chatting in right now. I'm going to go ahead and put in that form real quick because I see that it's not up there right now. So I'm going to put that form up and then we can go ahead and make sure that we got everything going. Okay, so 1 second, boom, boom, there we go. Put it right here, 1-on-1. Apologize for that, everybody. I can't believe it's not up there. 1-on-1. Button, there we go. There we go. Free session. There we go. And all right, so I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm gonna keep this up for a little bit longer and make sure to keep your eyes out for my next webinar, okay? So I appreciate you guys for watching and I'll see you on the next one.